Sign number 4, a deep hunger for God's presence. You may not see the full picture. You must know this: His presence upon your life is not accidental. It is intentional. It is a sign that you have been chosen, but with the presence comes responsibility. You cannot carry the presence of God and live as the world lives. You cannot walk in His power and chase after things that have no eternal value. Those who carry His presence must walk in purity, in surrender, and in obedience, and this is where many falter. They want the presence without the sacrifice, they want the anointing without the consecration. But God does not entrust His power to those who refuse to be set apart. He does not place His presence upon those who seek their own glory. 2 Corinthians 6:17-18. If you are to carry His presence, you must be willing to live differently. You must be willing to walk away from what others embrace. You must be willing to say no when the world says yes. This is not an easy road. There will be moments when you feel misunderstood, when people question your choices, when even those closest to you do not understand the fire that burns within you. But you must not waver. You must not allow the opinions of others to shake your calling, because the presence of God is worth more than the approval of man. His anointing is worth more than comfort. His purpose for your life is worth more than fitting in. And if you remain faithful, if you continue to walk in obedience, you will see the power of His presence manifest in ways you never imagined. Galatians 1:10. So do not resist the calling. Do not run from the weight of His presence. Embrace it, surrender to it, let it shape you, refine you, transform you. Because to carry His presence is the greatest honor, the highest privilege. And if you are willing to walk in it, if you are willing to pay the price, you will see Him move in your life in ways that defy human understanding. Romans 12:1-2. You were not called to be ordinary, you were called to be set apart. You were called to carry His presence. There is a fire that burns within those who are chosen, a passion that cannot be extinguished by the trials of life. You have felt this fire. You have known the deep stirring within your spirit, the undeniable sense that you were meant for something more. There have been times when you tried to suppress it, to ignore the call, to silence the voice that whispered to you in the stillness. But it never left. No matter how much you tried to blend in, to live as others live, to be satisfied with the ordinary, that fire within you would not be ignored. Because when God places His hand upon a life, that life can never be the same. Jeremiah 29. This fire is not something you created, nor is it something you can control. It is the mark of His calling, the evidence that He has set you apart. It is why you have never been able to settle. It is why the things that satisfy others have never truly satisfied you. You have tried to be content with what the world offers, but deep inside, you know there is something greater. You have felt the tension, the restless longing for more, the awareness that your spirit was made for a higher purpose. And this longing is not accidental. It is God's way of drawing you closer, awakening you to His plan, reminding you that you were chosen. Philippians 3:14. But with the fire comes a refining. This is where many struggle, where many turn back. Because to be chosen is to be refined, to be shaped, to be prepared. And the refining fire is not comfortable. It is not easy. It burns away what is unnecessary. It purifies what is impure. It molds you into the vessel God intends you to be. The process is painful at times. It requires surrender. It requires trust. There will be moments when you feel like you are losing everything, when it seems as though the very things you held on to are slipping away. But you must understand this: God does not allow the fire to destroy you. He allows it to prepare you. Malachi 3:3. Look at those who have gone before you, those who carried His power, those who walked in His anointing. None of them were exempt from the refining fire. Joseph had a dream, but before he saw its fulfillment, he was thrown into a pit, sold as a slave, and imprisoned. Genesis 37:23-24, 39:20. Moses was called to lead, but before he stepped into his purpose, he spent years in the wilderness, stripped of his former identity. Exodus 3:1-2. David was anointed as king, but before he took the throne, he was hunted, betrayed, and forced to hide in caves. 1 Samuel 22:1. Even Jesus, the Son of God, was tested in the wilderness before stepping into His ministry. Matthew 4:1-2. Because the fire comes before the fulfillment, the refining comes before the calling is fully revealed. And you too will walk through this refining. You will face moments when you question, when you wonder if you heard God correctly, when you feel like giving up. But you must hold on. You must trust the process. Because the fire is not meant to break you, it is meant to strengthen you. It is meant to remove what cannot go with you into your calling, the doubts, the fears, the distractions. God is burning them away so that you can step into His purpose with clarity, with power, with an unshakable faith. 1 Peter 1:7, this fire is why you have faced opposition. It is why you have walked through seasons of loneliness, why certain doors have closed, and why some people have walked away. It is not because you are forgotten. It is not because God has abandoned you. It is because He is preparing you. He is positioning you. And though you may not see it now, one day you will understand. One day you will look back and realize that every trial, every moment of testing, and every tear you shed was shaping you for what is to come. Romans 8:28, do not resist the fire. Do not run from the refining. Surrender. James 1:2-4, all things works for good to them that love the Lord and are called according to His purpose. The Lord bless you more and